Ripple XRP holders, it is time to brace yourself. Is Blackrock shifting from Bitcoin to buy XRP? We're going to be getting into that in this video. We're talking about the XRP price chart. We're also talking about Swift making the advancement in their CBDC innovation, interlinking solutions with beta testing, and which banks are planning on adopting this technology. Ripple to demonstrate tokenization in HKMA, EHKD pilot program using the new CBDC platform, and then also some other massive news happening in the space right now that you do not want to miss. We're uncovering the stones, we're showing you what's taking place, and that way you can be prepared to back up the truck all the way to the bank, grab the bags, pack them and stack them, and leave no bags left behind. So comment 777 if you're feeling blessed. Comment 777 if you're feeling bullish. And let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back. So XRP is sitting at 50 cents right now, up 1.84% on the day, sitting at a $26 billion market cap. Not really doing anything. Everyone's waiting for some massive moves to take place, $1.05 trillion market cap. So let's get into the news and let's talk about what's happening right now, because Ripple is opening up liquidity, their liquidity hub, to Brazil and Australia. And also Swift is advancing their CBDC innovation. And then Blackrock, in this video, we're talking about shifting from Bitcoin to XRP. Is that actually true? So first things first, let's look at the XRP to the US dollar price chart right here. You know, we saw this bullish channel taking place on the RSI as we made higher lows and higher highs for XRP coming at the June 15th right here, when XRP dropped from roughly 0.011 cent all the way down to 0.004, and then just consolidated sideways in this symmetrical triangle right here. We saw XRP retest this downward trending resistance one final time, see a further sell-off to the downside, one wick all the way to 0.0029, and this was a break in the RSI of this upward trending support line right here before we saw a massive breakout to the upside in drastically oversold territory of 95 right now. So where are we on the XRP price chart right here? Well, a lot of people could compare this rally that took place post lawsuit. It didn't quite come up to what everyone was expecting, which is about $1.30 to retest this downward trending resistance, similar to what happened back here in October of 2016. But the sell-off that's taking place for XRP right now could be compared to the sell-off that happened from October 16th all the way down to March of 2017 before we saw a break upwards of 40 cents for XRP, and then the final rally upwards of almost $4. And so this sell-off, we saw a break of this upward trending support line right here for XRP to the downside. So could we see something similar happen where we see a reversal on the RSI coming upwards of October and November with blanket spot ETF approvals leading into liquidity in the market? Or will we continue to trade to the downside for XRP the rest of this year as the Federal Reserve tightens on their balance sheet and increases the effective federal funds rate? So let's discuss it in this video, and let's talk about what's the most likely case scenario and what you need to be ready for. So Swift, all of you know what Swift is. It's the main infrastructure that's used for global payments, wire transfers and everything across the globe. This month, Swift entered a new phase of its breakthrough work on CBDC interoperability, announcing that 3 central banks are beta testing its initiative, solution for interlinking CBDCs, while 30 financial institutions are experimenting with the solution in a new sandbox to explore further use cases. And so the beta solution has taken its first step with these 3 central banks and monetary authorities, including Hong Kong Monetary Authority and the National Bank of Kazakhstan. And when we look at Ripple to demonstrate tokenization in the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, their EHKD pilot program using their new CBDC platform. So Ripple participated in the Hong Kong Monetary Authority's digital Hong Kong dollar central banking digital currency pilot program by showcasing a real estate asset tokenization solution. So Ripple will partner also with Taiwan's Fubon Bank and others to demonstrate equity release with tokenized assets using a retail version of the EHKD CBDC. And tokenization can reduce friction in the equity release process and speed throughput for banks. So Ripple said in a statement, the company is participating in the so-called second rail of the program, which will take deep dives into use cases as well as application, implementation, and design issues related to the EHKD. So the pilot program will run on Ripple's new CBDC product, the Ripple CBDC platform, using a new private ledger with XRP ledger technology and enhanced functionality, including offline transactions and non-smartphone use. And so that goes into what we talked about in previous videos with the Bank for International Settlements working on their project for offline CBDCs in case of grid failures, power outages, or EMP attacks.
Project Polaris from the BIS Innovation Hub Nordic Center investigates the design of secure and resilient online and offline central bank digital currencies, starting with a focus on offline payments using CBDCs. Being able to make payments when offline could provide a solution. An offline payment is a payment between two parties which are not connected to a ledger system. Not connected to a ledger system. The ability to make offline payments when systems are unavailable could improve the resilience of payment systems and provide backup during a crisis.
We need more money to plan for the second pandemic. There's going to be another pandemic.
And they're saying that all the pilot program partnerships that Ripple previously announced, including Montenegro, Palau, and Bhutan, will leverage the CBDC platform. So Hong Kong started CBDC research, started it in 2017 during that bull run. And while it appeared that the EHKD might not have an immediate role to play in the current retail payment market, we believe prospective use cases for EHKD can emerge quickly, they reported recently. And so this has all been in development for years, and it's just coming to light right now as SWIFT has also initiated a second phase in their sandbox testing in which commercial banks, central banks, and financial market infrastructures are exploring additional use cases, including trigger-based payments for digital trade platforms, foreign exchange models, delivery versus payment, and liquidity saving mechanisms. The Reserve Bank of Australia, Dutch Bank, HKMA, Bank of Thailand, and CLS are among the enlarged group of more than 30 leading institutions in this second phase, and 18 central and commercial banks took part in the first phase of the sandbox. And so the Chief Innovative Officer at SWIFT said, our focus is interoperability.
Instead of SWIFT, which is just a messaging system, and then the banks have to somehow pre-fund in Nostra accounts. This is about the technology of banking, not the technology of blockchain. But to go between Tanzania and Nigeria, you need somebody to bear some counterparty risk that the ledgers both move and are adjusted at the same time. And usually it's a bank that is in both countries. You could use blockchain, but the current thinking is you need a bridge currency in between, and that bridge could be a stable value that's backed by the US dollar or the euro. It could be a currency then like Ripple has an alternative. It's just piloted in May, so it's not yet up in any enterprise-wide level, but that you might need something to basically hop, skip, jump, which is called a bridge currency on the blockchain.
And if we look over here on Twitter, posted by Ido Farina, saying that the cash management paper by Dutch Bank and the banker, central banks are working on issuing stablecoins, which is not issuing a pure play cryptocurrency, but one that acts as a bridge currency. And XRP, Ripple, and XRapid have been mentioned nearly 20 times in this document. So the writing's on the wall, and Ripple Labs said on Thursday, just yesterday, that it's opening its Liquidity Hub platform that provides businesses a streamlined way to buy, sell, and hold digital assets to Brazil and Australia. And they're going to be expanding this to other countries as well too. Ripple has strong connections to those regions from their existing businesses and have found innovative firms that are looking to adopt crypto to meet their end consumers' payment and liquidity needs. The company said in an email response to questions from the block, Liquidity Hub provides them a one-stop solution versus patchwork strategies these firms deploy to tap into crypto liquidity today. Now, if we go to ripple.com and we look at how their Liquidity Hub works, Liquidity Hub is a turnkey liquidity and global payout platform specifically built for enterprise needs. It supports a variety of digital assets and connects organizations to a rich set of liquidity venues to source optimized pricing via smart order algorithms. Now, I know that sounds really complicated, but in this picture, you see the market makers, the exchanges, the OTC desk, then Ripple's Liquidity Hub connecting to businesses. You see Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum. Now, the main question is if they're going to update this and put XRP on it. I don't know why they don't have XRP. Most likely is because this was created while the lawsuit was going on. They didn't want to include XRP to scare off these massive businesses or these small and medium-sized enterprises that would be using their Liquidity Hub. Now, do they have the ability to add XRP? I think they do, so we will see what they do.
Commercial Bank as a SVP of Business Platform. Siam Commercial Bank is the first bank in Thailand and the largest bank here in terms of total asset. Previously, when our customer would like to transfer the money to their family and friends abroad, it was very inconvenient. They have to visit our branch, they need to fill in lots of forms, they need to wait probably 3 to 5 days in order for their friends and family to receive the money. And they have no clarity at all whether they already received the money or not. With RippleNet, we can offer a real-time money transfer to those countries. We will have full clarity once the beneficiary already received the money. It will be a notification through their mobile app, which they will receive right away. And this creates lots of peace of mind and change the customer experience completely. Partnering with Ripple, we can expand our reach through remittance companies around the world. So now we're working with one of our partners to create something new in the market. Imagine if you are a tourist that you will come to Thailand and you can use your home country mobile application and scan for payment in Thailand. You don't have to exchange for local currency that you will bring to Thailand at all. You can use your mobile app, acting like you're living in your home country, scan for QR payment, and you receive the goods right away. This creates a new customer experience that never had before. And with the partnership with Ripple, we can do this and we can provide this service to our customers.
Now, it's very obvious that massive banks, massive companies are leveraging Ripple's technology, or they are in the talks behind the scenes to get ready to leverage it and start implementing it. But Blackrock, one of the world's largest asset manager, are they really shifting from Bitcoin over to XRP? You know, we've seen these rumors spread on Twitter, but this big wave of institutional money will come into digital assets after regulation. Regulation is key. This is what Linda P. Jones just posted.
This is all information that will not be shared by the mainstream media. Check this out. On the 7th to the 18th of October, we have this event called Operations Post-Trade Technology and Innovation Conference coming up. And let me just freaking show you all the names of the attendees at this event and what they're going to be speaking of. Massive institutions, the individuals that run this world. Just as an example, just a couple of highlights like BlackRock, BNB Paribas, BNY Mellon, Broadridge, we got Citadel Securities, Citibank right there, Deloitte's right there. But what I found very interesting is right down here, we got the Rothschilds, right? We got the Rothschilds right there, Societe Generale, just to show you a couple of different names, but pretty much every major bank and organization on this list, right? JP Morgan, okay, you guys get the picture. And look at what they're going to be freaking talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is their agenda. Digital assets, the evolving European regulatory landscape for digital assets. Oh, the list goes on. Institutional adoption of crypto assets. Will stricter and clearer regulations facilitate greater adoption? What types of crypto assets have the most potential for wider adoption? Crypto custody of digital assets, right? I mean, it's nuts. We got digital asset speaks, real world use case of distributed ledger technology, blockchain, okay? Understand where the focus is and don't let them shake you out. Look at this freaking list, ladies and gentlemen. Every single major bank and organization, systematically important payment provider is going to be there, right? These consulting firms, these organizations that run our freaking world, and you all saw the agenda and what it is that they're going to be talking about. This is coming up again in October. Guarantee you it won't get any mainstream media attention.
So Wall Street Bulls posted this on Twitter saying that the rumors swirling of the major financial giants like BlackRock may be reevaluating their stance on Bitcoin and potentially eyeing alternatives like XRP. With billions at stake, the implications for the crypto market could be significant. And Linda Jones says it has to happen eventually. So what are your guys' thoughts on that? Do you think BlackRock will purchase XRP? Like this video if you agree. Comment below if you disagree and why. This is not a futures contract ETF. It is directly going to be hitting the exchange order books. You know, BlackRock, being the administrators to numerous pension and retirement funds, could guide many towards a prudent allocation into not just a Bitcoin spot ETF, but XRP among Ethereum and other projects as well too that are ISO 20022 compliant? Are we at the doorstep of a phase where Bitcoin and eventually other cryptos become integral parts of our mainstream economy? I think the answer is yes, and it's only a matter of time. And Eric Balchunas posted on Twitter saying, relive ETF filings. There's now 15 Ethereum futures, 12 spot Bitcoin, 3 spot Ethereum, and a partridge in a pear tree. So it's only a matter of time before these get approved. And what's that time frame looking like? Well, let's talk about it. An early dismissal of BlackRock's planned spot Bitcoin ETF should not affect its eventual success, according to statements from NASDAQ executive on September 13th. And BlackRock filed an application for their spot Bitcoin ETF on June 15th. So while BlackRock filed Form S1 to register its product, the NASDAQ was responsible for filing Form 19B4, which proposes rule changes needed to list the product. So on June 30th, the SEC declared the later filing, along with others, inadequate, leading to its early rejection. So this decision, however, pertains more to the regulatory procedural issues than to the subsequent or the substance or potential viability of the product. And so they just need to make some little adjustments with which is what they're making right now, and then they're resubmitting. So once the exchange files the 19B4, the SEC has 7 business days to reject it if it determines that it doesn't comply with the SEC's rules related to the form. The rejection at this stage is purely procedural rather than an indication of viability of the product. So after that initial rejection, the NASDAQ and others filed updates for various ETF applications and explicitly listed Coinbase as a surveillance sharing agreement partner. So the BUI acknowledged this by stating that it is unusual to list partners in this way. However, she said that the late addition was NASDAQ's attempt to make its filing as strong as possible. And BlackRock's proposed spot Bitcoin ETF is not the only application of its type. The NASDAQ is simultaneously handling a similar proposal from Valkyrie Investments. Meanwhile, another exchange, Cboe, is handling proposals from other asset management firms, including ARK Invest, VanEck, WisdomTree, Invesco, and Fidelity. NYSE Arca is handling ETF proposal from Bitwise. Many of those proposals are extremely similar and describe a surveillance sharing agreement with Coinbase. And Grayscale aims to turn its existing GBTC fund into a spot Bitcoin ETF in a somewhat different manner. And the BUI acknowledged Grayscale's proposal in its recent legal victory, noting that the NASDAQ is analyzing what that means for its filing. So in late August, the SEC delayed its decision on most of the spot Bitcoin ETFs, whereas the SEC is expected to decide on certain filings coming up in October. So we have 2 weeks left until October, and then we're expecting to see some major announcements from the SEC pertaining to these ETFs. So if we were to see the spot Bitcoin ETF approvals, regardless of whether BlackRock announces that they would buy XRP or not, if they don't say anything about XRP and they just announce Bitcoin first, which is what I would expect, then I would expect XRP to see some of that volume come into it, and then to see consolidation followed by another sell-off for XRP until the Fed pivots. That's what I'm expecting. And so if we see XRP move to the upside, well, depending on how much liquidity flows into the market from traditional investments that BlackRock has under management, Grayscale, Fidelity, all those other companies have under management, where these massive institutions and massive companies just start pumping money into the crypto market, I believe it would do something similar to what happened to XRP post-lawsuit, where we see a surge followed by a sell-off after that until the Fed pivots coming into 2024 with Bitcoin's halving. So Bitcoin's halving is going to play a massive role into that. But if we get an approval before Bitcoin's halving, then that's looking massively bullish for the market for some good news. So we need to see that good news. But until that happens, what we're doing is we're preparing on what we can control by backing up our truck all the way to the bank, grabbing the bags, packing them and stacking them, leaving no bags left behind, because we know that the spending power of the dollar is going down in value. That's a fact based on inflation, monetary print orders, and blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology is going up in interest. That's the truth. And together, we're all going camping on the beaches of the moon. I will see you on the next video. If you want to learn our #1 way to earn passive income online without any crypto trading experience, then check out bullrunners.com. Click the button on the page, put in your name, your best email address, and your phone number to receive updates every single day on time-sensitive information for what's happening in the market, so you can stay up to date on the latest and greatest news. We give you the best so you can prepare for the worst. So with that being said, I'll see you on the next video. I'll see you on bullrunners.com. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.
And also, I do believe the role of crypto, it's digitizing gold in many ways. Instead of investing in gold as a hedge against inflation, a hedge against the onerous problems of any one country or the devaluation of your currency, whatever country you're in, let's be clear, Bitcoin is an international asset. It's not based on any one currency. And so it can represent an asset that people can play as an alternative. I would call the foundation of BlackRock is about hope. You invest for retirement because you believe tomorrow is better than today.